Let's look at another example of 1-point perspective. So they are saying that the station point is 120 millimeters in the front picture plane. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to measure 120 first. So I just draw a line at the bottom here, right? Then I measure 120 up to there. Okay. Right. So this line is where the, maybe let me make it darker. That's where the SP is going to be, the station point. Let me make this one darker. Okay. Now that is basically where, like they're telling us that from there to there, it is 120 millimeters, right? Then that same line, we are going to measure 80 millimeters, right? 80 millimeters. Why are we measuring 80 millimeters? Because they're saying it is the horizontal lane 80 millimeters above the ground plane. So we are going to measure 80 millimeters. That is basically where our front view is going to be at. Okay. Basically where our front view is going to be at. Right. Now let's start off measuring the front view. So front view, they're telling me it's 50. So from there to there, it's 50. And then the height, they did not give me the height, but I will just have to look at the left view. The left view, they're talking about a 15 and a 28. So let me just draw construction lines. Then I'll talk on it after. Okay. So they speak about 15. And then 15 plus 28. Let's calculate. 15 plus 28 gives us 43. Then I measure 43 as well. 43 there. Okay. Then I also just use construction lines. Right. I'll just make it darker soon. Now that means I'm just going to darken this one according to my front view that is given. So I'm completing the front view. Okay. Completed the front view. Right. So just so that you don't forget, so we call this HL. What is HL? It's the horizontal lane. Okay, that's the first thing that we're going to do. Right. And then what did they say? They also said that in order for us to get the VP, it's 50 millimeters from the front view. So we're going to measure 50, which is there. Now that 50, it's going to take out station point and is going to take out the VP. So I draw a straight line, right? Where this part right here, this joint right here is going to be the SP. Now on the same line as the horizontal lane, we're going to call this the VP. These are the points that are going to take out our diagram, right? And then from there, what do we do? Okay, now let's draw the front view. So the front view, what I usually do, I just measure about 30 millimeters, about 30 millimeters up, about 30 millimeters up to get the top view. Sorry, not the front view, the top view. 20 and 20. Okay, so let's measure 20. So 20 there and 20 there. So let's draw it out. Okay. Okay. Now from there, what do? We need to also draw the right view. We need to also draw the right view. So I just extend this line up, and from there, I just literally also measure 30 that side. Why 30 that side? Because that's where I'm going to use my 45-degree line to get the right view. So I just move all the construction lines to where they touch the 45-degree line, and then I take it down. I take it down until they meet all the construction lines from the front view. And then how does our left view look like? They're telling us that it's this, just by looking at the given view. Yeah, just by looking at the given view, this is how it looks like. Now, let us start constructing. So we need to take out all the lines. We need to take out all the lines to SP and also to VP. So the top view goes to SP. Then the front view goes to VP. So which ones can we start with? Let's maybe start with VP. Okay. Now with VP, the nice thing is it's only this point, and that point that has to go to VP. So it's up to you whether you want to use different colors, you want to use a pencil. It's up to you. As long as at the end of the day, your drawing came out. Okay. Right. So those 3 points are out. Then I'm going to do it step by step. Step by step. Now I'm going to start off with this particular one. Okay. This particular one. I'm going to take it to SP. Then I take it all the way to the SP. Then I take this other one, this one in the middle also. I take it to SP. Okay, then I take that one as well, the one at the corner there. I take it to SP. Then what do I do as well? I also take this side to SP. Also that one to SP. Also this one to SP. Right. Then from there, what do I do? Then from there, where these lines for SP, where they touch the base, okay, where they touch the base, where they touch this base, is the ones that I'm going to take down until they meet that VP line, Okay, now what did I just say now? I just said that where they touch, it's this point I'm not even going to use because that's my starting point, and this one right there and this one right there where I did the little dots. Okay, so basically I'm going to start off with this part, right? So where they meet, straight line, where they meet the VP line right there. Okay, where they meet the VP line right there. So I'm just going to darken it. All right, and then we know that this line right there, it is parallel to that line right there. Okay, now let's make it parallel. But also, even if you don't make it parallel, don't worry. What you need to do, whatever that we did this side, from there to it, we're also going to apply that side. Okay, so it's this part where it goes straight. Okay, this part and also that part. But that one doesn't really matter. So it doesn't matter. Now I'll show you where we're going to actually use it. So what we do is we do this. I take my center line. I take my T-squared. Let me show you. I take my T-squared and I make sure that they balance. Now that line, I make sure that it is parallel to that one. Right. And then I draw a straight line until where? Until they meet the VP from this corner. Okay, remember we used this corner and that corner. So we're able to take out using this corner. It took out this. Now it must also take out that one. Now let me also darken it. Right. Now what happens after? Then remember this corner right here? Where this met, all we need to do is to just take it down. But we're not taking it down here. Why are we not taking it down here? Because the drawing is not completed. So we can't take it down there. It is not completed. So let me somewhere just darken this. All right. Now we're done with the first part. Right. Now, let's see. Where is the end of the drawing? This corner right here. Where does it touch the base? So I'm going to use this point, that point, and that point next. So meaning that where they touch the base, I'm just going to take it down until where it meets, until it meets the last point, which is this one. So I'm going to take it down until it meets, till it goes down. So basically our drawing is going to be here and also there. Why? Because that's where they met these two corners. So these two corners where they went to the VP. At the end of the day, we're going to get something like this. Okay. There. Is our drawing complete? No. What about this corner right here? We need to close it. So how are we going to close it? Because it's a flat surface, if you can see here. And also it's a flat surface. That means all we have to do is just to draw a straight line. All we have to do is just to draw a straight line. And basically that is how your drawing should look like.